I love it. I love it. I love it. Hosanna forever. Yo, how y'all doing today? So good to see everybody. Yo, hit like, hit subscribe, and hit share. If you're on Facebook, let's invite folks to the table. It's been one powerful week as we've been talking about forgiveness and freedom. Hello up in here. Yesterday, we had Uncle Ricky in the building, and he blew the spot up. It was crazy. So if you didn't see yesterday, you should go back and watch yesterday. I mean, honestly, I thought I heard and experienced something that I never had with forgiveness. I got a whole different vision of how I'm empowered to forgive by the power of God. So I thought about forgiveness unlike I never thought about it before. So it is pretty significant. And you know, when the homies in town, we just have fun. So it's about, I don't know, 3 minutes of absolute foolishness that's worth watching because it'll make you laugh. Anyway, let's get it started, y'all. Hey, come on with your bad self. Let's go. I don't know why I said that, but it sounded everything. I don't know what I was saying. Bad self? I don't know. What's your good self? Hey. Don't say these.
For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever will believe in him shall not perish but have everlasting life.
Yo, turn my mic up. Y'all ain't
It's
see
that
this
hot
coming.
fire.
Get ready to catch this. Come to snatch your righteous mind, not your edges. God is the goal, and then there's the period. This thing is real. Woo-cha, we serious, intentional, the original. God is in control. Do it for your soul. Gotta let the whole world know. Hey yo, hey yo.
Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Gonna hear some good news today.
Yo, everything's gonna be okay. Yo, how y'all doing? We've been talking about forgiveness. Listen, I just want to go on and drop it on here early. Today I'm celebrating because it's Friday. Now, before you start correcting me in the comments, it's Friday. You know what? Let me do this though first. Before I go there, let me just encourage somebody. Everything's gonna be okay. I don't need to jump past that. I need to slow down. I'm excited, but I need to make sure that somebody sees it and hears that today, because you're in here. You are in here, and you need to hear it. So can I speak into your life? Can I speak into your situation? Can I speak into right where you are and what's going on? Hear these words as the declaration from a God who loves you and knows you. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay. Some of you, yo, you navigating some crazy hard stuff. Some of you navigating some stuff, yo, and it's real. It's real. And it's heavy right now. It's heavy for you. Can I tell you? Everything. Everything. Sister Mills, everything is going to be okay. Somebody need to hear that. I was ready to roll on. I was ready to go, but I just need to stop and just say, hold on. The Spirit said, wait. Somebody need to hear it. Let's not assume that the message is getting through. Let's not assume that everybody knows it. And it's not just some morning programmatic element. It's a truth bomb that I set off and explode every morning in your soul and spirit. I want to set off a truth bomb every morning in your soul and your spirit. The hot fire is the bomb that goes off that declares in your life everything. Did y'all feel that shift in the spirit? I just felt the shift in Everything. Everything. Because the enemy wants you to think that it's just a couple of things, it's just a few things, but that thing, the enemy will point and say, now that thing ain't gonna get moved. That thing is here. That thing ain't gonna be okay. That thing is, and say, no, I've come to serve the devil notice that everything that God has promised, everything that he has said, everything is going to be okay. There ain't a thing that God ain't, his redemptive hand ain't working in. There ain't one area where his hand ain't already gone. There ain't one path that he hadn't already gone down. He is right there. So, woo, I just need to encourage somebody today in here that you going to get through it. God will make a way. Yo, seriously, God is making a way for you. He ain't left you. He's providing. When I say everything, you know how many things I mean? Everything. 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 Everything is going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Everything's going to be okay. Now that we got that out of the way, now that you done got your righteous mind snatched, come on now.
Come on and snatch your righteous mind.
That's what you need to do today. Come on. You just need to snatch it. Just come on and get it. Go on and get your righteous mind. Don't sit in the foolishness of your mind. Sit in the righteousness.
Come on and snatch
Say it, Rissa.
your righteous mind.
Snatch your righteous mind. Snatch your righteous mind. That's what we're trying to do. I want to answer one or two questions. It's not fair because y'all will probably put a lot of questions in here, but I'm only going to be able to answer one or two. So put a couple of questions in the comments. And this could be about forgiveness that we've been talking about this week or anything else. Here's the deal. News update. Today's Friday, although it's Thursday, but it's Friday because we're taking off for the weekend. And then y'all, it's July. Now, we started this journey in our kitchen at the island at the table up there, and we started this journey back when COVID hit, and we've been going hard. I took April off but I didn't take. I wasn't off. I was writing the book, which it's coming along, and really excited about that. But a brother ain't had vacation yet, so July is vacation month. So we're going to be off the month of July. But did y'all notice the way I say that? I'm so conscious now. Okay, that's good. Zachary Watson, that's good. I say July. I make two big distinctions in the syllables. People in California kind of make fun of us every now and then because we say July instead of July. We say July. July to me. July to me. July. But when I talk to my Mississippi folks, they be like July. So I was like, we the normal ones, and y'all Californians need to put some more respect on the July. Y'all need to put more respect on his name. Y'all need to put that extra syllable on there. Y'all disrespecting the extra syllables. Put that emphasis on the syllable. Come on now. July. Well, and it's so hot and humid in Mississippi. It's like, man, this ain't no July. This is July. This is July. This is July. It's hot in the mug. It's July. Anyway, you can tell I'm getting ready for vacation. A whole month. I knew you were setting us up for the okie doke. So, yo, I'm taking the month off. Today is day 361 of our 100-day journey. Wow. God is the goal, period. Yo, 100 days is coming back. We're starting another 100-day journey on the other side of August. And I'm telling you, you ain't even ready. We had a good time last time, but we taking it to a whole nother level. We get some fresh journals done up. So I hope Tristan and my team is on here because y'all got to get that ready to roll and get those orders ready. When I come back in August, we hitting the ground running. I already know the series. I'm not gonna give it away yet, but we gonna get you. We coming for your whole life. We coming for your whole life when we get back. So we're going on vacation with the whole family. We got some great things planned. So it's gonna be really good, and I'm looking forward to checking out. I did the math, including Good News Today. Over the last year, I preached over 300 and something times, literally over 300 and something times. Because we did every day, and then I did the weekends and all the other kind of stuff. So I'm kind of running out of stuff to say. So I need to go and get filled back up before I be up in here just making stuff up. And that ain't good for the gospel, the kingdom, or my HR department. That could go bad several ways. Not coming to Mount Hermon, but I will be at Forest Home next week. So we will be doing family camp at Forest Home. I don't know if it's booked up already, but if y'all want to pack up and meet us at Forest Home next week, come on. So that, if you hadn't signed up for the cruise, if you're thinking about it, we went public yesterday. Lecrae's going to be on the cruise with us. And we currently trying to get somebody else on the cruise too. Which would be awesome. I ain't gonna say that because it's so loose, but so we did the cruise. It's about, I think the cost is like about $5,000 per person. So it's not cheap, but you got over a year to fundraise. I'll even come up with some ideas to help you fundraise. You could do a GoFundMe for Christmas. You can say, make a down payment on my gift, on my trip to help out. That's some creative ways to do it. So thank you for the encouragement to rest, y'all. I really appreciate that. And I'm so excited. We're going to be doing some really great stuff. So excited about that. So the questions in our time together today. But I'm not going to leave you hanging for the month of July, though. Every day, you're going to get a daily devotional from us. It'll be on Instagram. It'll be on Twitter. It'll be on Facebook. It'll be a video, a recap of a kind of a message that I've done. And then you're going to get questions. So show up every day, do the devotional, share it to your friends. We're experimenting with it. I think it could be something powerful for the future. So go check it out. And we're gonna do the devotional every day. I'm reading comments too, as y'all can tell. So that's why I awkwardly pause every now and then. Y'all know anybody that's how they show up in real life though? They have like awkward pauses. I got a friend who's cool. He just got I got a friend who's cool, but he just has awkward. Like he just got awkward with him. He was like, "So hey," and you be like, "How you doing? Hey, how you doing?" It's just weird. Anyway, so I kind of look like this while I be reading these comments. So devotions are all there. Questions. Somebody said, let's talk about forgiving yourself. And I think that's so good because I think that's one of the biggest, to be honest, I think Satan, he hems us up. He hems us up with this forgiveness. We'll figure out how to forgive someone else with the power of God, but forgiving ourselves sometimes can be the biggest hindrance. Can I just tell you the greatest breakthrough you can give yourself is to work on self-forgiveness. Work on self-forgiveness. And let's take the word that we got from yesterday. Self-forgiveness isn't done through your power. It is allowing the power of the living God to shape in the force, in the bring forth healing and deliverance and freedom. And you need to know it's kind of arrogance. It's kind of pride, self-aggrandizing to make your stuff. So it's like, Really, you gonna make your sins greater than God's grace? Like, do you really want to do that? You're gonna make your sin and your failure greater than God's grace. So God's grace is gonna come to your life and say, I want to wash over you. And you're gonna say, no, my sin's too big. You really want to say that to God's grace? Like, is that the posture you want to take with the creator of the world? You want to look at his crucifixion and look at your sin and say, crucifixion, not enough. Sorry, not. No, that blood ain't good enough for me. Do you really want to diminish the power of the resurrection and the cross to hold up and to post up your continued perpetual unforgiveness of yourself? No, the grace of God doesn't work like that. And you don't get to put yourself at the center. And you don't get to put your sin and your failure at the center. No, Jesus Christ and his blood is at the center. You wrong for that. And if you think there's anything noble about not forgetting yourself and punishing yourself, no, it's a prison that Satan has invited you in and you have willingly stepped into, and you're living beneath your privilege and how God wired you and called you to be. You don't get to say to the grace of God, not enough for me. Enough for my enemy, but not enough for me. The devil is a lie. You better walk in the freedom of forgiveness and don't cheapen the grace of God by making you the center, your sin and your failure the center. Don't you do that. Don't you do that. Walk in the light and the grace of God. And if you get stuck on how to do that well, then just get some help. Get some help. Get some help. Get some help. All right, let's put some questions in here. Anybody else got any questions? Questions on forgiveness or anything? Y'all want to talk about? We got a few minutes. We'll put some questions. Thank you, Nancy. She says your advice always hits home. Sometimes we forget that, so thank you for the reminder. Yeah. And there's a lot of grace. We forget it. The enemy is always pushing us to be at the center. Yeah, and his grace is the only thing that goes there. Yeah, that's good. Renavigate your thoughts. Yeah, come on, bring back previous lessons. Come on in here. Yeah. When to speak up and when to let go. When to speak up and when to let go. Give me a little bit more context. Will you be preaching? How do I let go of my dream for a child? Ooh, that's good. She says, okay, how many times do you initiate reconciliation before you take a step back and create healthy boundaries for yourself? Yeah, I don't think you push reconciliation. I think if you initiated it, then you step back. The worst thing you can do is just keep pushing. Just step back and let the grace of God do its work. Well, to forgive and watch God work. That's good. You got to step back. I don't think you. She says, how to let go of my dream for a child. I think there are a lot of ways for God to move in that area. But first, let me just say that journey is unique, it's unique on multiple levels. So I almost want to say how unqualified I am to even speak to this, because I have no idea what it's like as a woman in your season, in your experience, to try to navigate that. So I speak very humbly and submitted in just acknowledging I'm sorry that that's even a question that you're even having to wrestle with, because that alone is devastating. It's devastating. I would say letting go of a dream for a child. I would encourage language that says, what does it look like for me to surrender this area to God and invite him into it, to bring healing, wisdom, and guidance and direction? There may be something that he's up to that looks different than the narrative that you wanted. And I think it's appropriate to surrender your narrative. There are ways that I thought it was supposed to go. Our fourth child, Micah, he has developmental delays, and we've been navigating that. And a part of our journey is just taking time to grieve that his story won't be like we thought it would be. And Lori, I think it's important that as you surrender, take time to grieve and say, you know what? I had a vision for what my story was going to be, and it doesn't yet appear to look like that. So God, I don't want to stand in opposition of you and point my finger and say, what are you doing? I want to stand alongside you and not just point my finger, but point all my hands and say, Lord, I surrender to you. And you still get to say, Lord, what are you doing? What are you doing? Show me your way. And I want to surrender my hopes, my dreams, and even my narrative for yours. Because at the end of the day, your will is what's best for me, even in seasons and moments when I absolutely disagree with the sovereignty of your will and your direction. In order for me to follow your plan and trust your plan, I don't always have to like your plan. And you have every right not to like it and to be frustrated with it. In your dislike, in your frustration, even in your surrender of the dream, I would just say it's better to do that with God instead of outside of God. He's so cool of a God. Even when you're pissed at him and frustrated with him, you can invite him over and have him sit in that space with you. So that's what I would say, Lori. And I would also say, feel free to reach out to our counseling team at the church to sit with some women and have some conversations with some folks that are way more qualified than I to just talk about practically what that is. Because I don't know the context of what's going on with you. But we've got some ladies that would be glad to just sit down and process that on a very practical way. But from a large level, I would just say, and I'm talking to Lori, but I know there's more than just Lori in this place. Don't be afraid to invite God into those spaces. Don't be afraid to invite God into those spaces. All right, what else we got? It still hurts. Has forgiveness really taken place? If it's still, yeah. Let me tell you something. She says, if it still hurts, has forgiveness really taken place? Yes. But hey, we're human, and you feel it. You feel it. There's still stuff that I'll feel that I have to remind myself. All right. Open up. I've had that feeling before. I have to remind myself I've forgiven this. So let me remind my body and my soul that it's free. Let me remind my mind and my soul of its freedom. Because even though I'm out of Egypt, there's still some Egypt in me that I got to work out daily. So I got to remind myself I'm free. It's kind of like you trying to eat healthy. And you all of a sudden look up and you like, oh, Lord, I want a Big Mac. Oh, you got to remind your body, hey, we're not being fat Albert today. We're being healthy, whole Albert today. Okay? Because let me tell you, that fat Albert will come out and will be eating hot dogs at 3:00 in the morning. I was in the refrigerator last night, and we got some smoked sausage that my mama sent from Mississippi sitting up in there. And I was hungry. And this was like 11 p.m. I had a vision. Y'all remember Mariah Carey? I had a vision of love. I had a vision of that sausage cut on a bun with some. Ooh, I was like, I can ball that up right now. I can take that out the freezer and do that. But I had to remind myself. I'm not going into this summer being fat Albert. I'm trying to be whole. And don't hit me with the fat shame. I'm not shame. I don't feel, let me tell you something. I'm not shame or fat. I'm too cute to be shame. about all this body. I ain't shamed at all. I'm just big. I'm just fat. I got the medical receipts to prove it. My doctor said you are obese. You too big. So that's a biological reality, but it is not shaming me, or I don't feel bad at all. I am pretty from the top of my head to the sole of my feet. I'm too confident in my beauty to be shamed. I'm ridiculous. I probably could be a little bit more humble with how good I think I look. The point is, sometimes you got to remind your body that you're free. You got to remind yourself of who you are, and you feel unforgiveness. You feel the wounds of it. You just got to remind yourself who the Son set free. Who the Son set free is free indeed. All right. One more question since I'm leaving for the month of July. That's a good one. What about those who keep sinning and use grace as a shield, as a weapon, that it's okay to continue sinning? First of all, they sin is their business. That ain't my business. That ain't our business. That ain't our business. And let me tell you something. You don't need to walk around trying to defend God and God's grace, or you ain't got to be worried about God's grace being manipulated. Be like, no, you can't do that to God's grace. That's you using that wrong. Let me tell you something. God says in the text in Romans, it says, shall we continue in grace that sin may, shall we continue in sin that grace may abound? I think not. No. So you can't weaponize God's grace. You can't manipulate it. What you're doing is you walking in sin and foolishness, and you think grace is going, but God knows your heart. He knows you full of it. And you can't manipulate God's grace. God is too good. He's too big. He's too loving. You can't take advantage of him. Because here's the deal. It's like this. It's like this. It's literally like this. Somebody gives me $1,000, lays it on the dining room table, gives it to me. And I go in and I look around and I take $3,000. I take $3 at a time, and I steal $3 at a time, and I just don't want nobody to see it and stuff like that. And you look at him, you're like, man, he's stealing. Is he stealing his money that's on the table? And the owner is like, I gave it to him. Now he's created a lifestyle where he feels like he's stealing it. That's because of the disposition of his own soul and his own heart. But you can't steal grace that's been given to you. It's given. How you gonna steal something that I already gave you? So if they sinning thinking they stealing grace, you can't manipulate the grace of God. It's already taken into account all your foolishness. So don't worry about them. All we can do is plant the seed in water. Yeah, and don't think that it's your job to defend the grace of God. And like, oh, you doing that? No, that ain't true. That's their business. And let me tell you something. The Lord can take care of them way better than you can correct them. Y'all get that? All right, one last one, because this is fun. Devon, I'm just gonna take what you pull. If you pull something, I'm just gonna. How do I forgive my daughter's boyfriend for the hurt he caused her and now back with him? Ooh, Devon, you had to pull this one. I'm trying to step out. I'm trying to go on vacation, and you had to pull this one. First of all, Maggie, I'm absolutely so sorry. I'm absolutely so sorry that you're having to sit and deal with this. Can I just tell you, as far as a practical step, don't alienate your daughter because of the choices she's making with him. And don't try to force her to choose. There are times when we fall in love, we just fall in a loss of mind. We just lose our mind, child. Maggie, you just got to know, sometimes we just lose our mind. And in the moments where we're just lost and we don't know what we're doing and we make really bad choices, one of the biggest things we need is our mama to be right there. That is not the time to have to be without a mama. That is a time for you to be present more than ever before. So really try to, so here's your posture. Pray more than ever before, and work hard to be present and be present full of the Spirit not full of anger. You know what I'm saying? Now, if this boy is physically abusing and doing like that, have somebody call the police on him, put some drugs in his car, set him up. No, I'm just playing. I'm just kind of. I'm playing, kind of. I'm just don't. But I'm praying that she's not in danger with this guy. If she's in danger, call the cops and disrupt it. But there's sometimes as a mom, you just don't get to make the decisions. And I know that's hard. But the biggest mistake we make is we move away from our babies in these moments. And that's the time to move towards them. So be there, act like you're interested in their relationship, set up popcorn and sit down and talk, invite him over. You want him around if for no other reason. See, I don't know if you got any apostolic tendencies or charismatic, but you want him around just so when he in the house, you can pray that spirit off of him. You can come on in here. Yeah. Okay, Maggie, you said no, nothing like that. Yeah. So you have him over for dinner, child. Have him over for dinner and pray the spirit of the Holy Ghost on his chicken. And give him sanctified chicken, Maggie. Pray in tongues over his water and say, here, drink up. You want some more? Because that's holy water. You drinking it in your soul. Let's go. Like while he's sitting around, while they sitting on the couch watching movies, say, y'all sit down. Let me bring y'all some. You stand back behind him and say, Father, in the name of Jesus, I pray your covering. I pray your apostolic. You just put your hands over. You know, don't. This ain't the time to back away, mama. This is a time to lean in on them in the spirit of the living God. Have them over, child. Be around. Get in that mix. And the reason why you want to lean in with her, and I know other people are experiencing this, so that's why I'm leaning in on this a little bit. One day, God forbid, I pray that the Spirit of God transform the boy's life. But if not, one day he's going to act like who he is. And in that moment, you get to be there for your daughter. And she doesn't have to feel like I can't call you now because I'm hurting because she's scared that you're going to say, I told you so. You can come on Good News Today and say, y'all, I told you so. You know what I mean? But go to her and say, baby, mommy understands and I'm right here with you through the highs and the lows, through relationships, through all kinds of choices. I ain't going nowhere. And hey, girl, that chicken had some oil on it. That had some blessed oil on that chicken. That wasn't regular chicken, girl. All right, y'all. Love y'all. I'm gonna head out. I'll see y'all August 2nd. I'll be on the gram. I'll be around. But I'll be praying for you guys. I pray that in this season you will find rhythms of rest for yourself. Find rhythms of exhale for your own soul. That daily over the next weeks, you'll engage in the devotion and find spaces to feel the warmth and the power of God's hand and grace over your life. And I pray that you'll choose freedom every day by practicing forgiveness. Did y'all hear what I said? I pray that you'll choose freedom by practicing forgiveness. More than anything else, may you know that all your life he has been faithful. So may you stand in the goodness of God as you enjoy the good news today. God bless y'all. I'll see you soon.